Well, I don't remember how I came across this song. I was probably looking for something else when I found it. And it looked interesting. It had some kind of strange lyrics. I thought maybe it was about some real place or a real band. So I saved it, and it's been sitting around for a while on my hard drive. So what I did is I just did a search for House of David, Michigan, and found more than I expected. It was a jackpot. I love running into stuff like this. An aggregation down in Michigan with a leader man by the name of Ben. This was about a cult. It was called the House of David. They had a commune. There's Ben. His name is Benjamin Purnell. Him and his wife started this cult. Unlike many cults, they were not reclusive. They didn't try to keep people away. They had a at their peak they had about 1,000 members, and owned 1,000 acres. They built an amusement park. They had a miniature train that you could get on and ride around the whole park and see all the sights from the train, like many parks have, and as a regular amusement park with rides and stuff. They had a miniature racetrack with these with miniature gas-powered combustion engine cars that you could race around this little track on, a lot like I don't know if they still have these anywhere, but they used to have some around here. They were like go-kart racetracks where you paid, they issued you a go-kart, gas-powered go-kart, and you could race around this track. So it was that kind of thing. They had this miniature racetrack, and they had a zoo. They had a full orchestra, but they also had several small bands, and the small bands would travel around the vaudeville circuit, and they were very good and very popular. They also had a baseball team, which was also very good, and the baseball team would travel around the whole country putting on exhibition games against professional teams, and they held their own. They were never allowed to become part of professional baseball because there was a prohibition against having facial hair if you were a pro baseball player. It was a league rule. And one of the beliefs or practices of this group is that they didn't cut their hair or shave their beards. That's where we get this line in the song. The funny thing about the House of Dave, they play the barbershop chord, but they never shave. They did not eat meat. They allegedly abstained from all sex. Here's some other pictures. There's their miniature train at their train depot with people getting ready to ride it. There's one of the members there with his beard. Another picture of the train. Wow, that's a really nice trestle that they're going across. There's a miniature train at Brackenridge Park in San Antonio, close to where I live, but it doesn't have this kind of scenery. It doesn't have that kind of trestle on it, that's for sure. It's pretty much on the ground the whole time. There's the little racetrack with the little race cars. The entrance to the zoo, where they allegedly had lions, tigers, bears, monkeys, an aviary with lots of birds, and even a few emus. And there's a picture of their baseball team putting on an exhibition game. They had a restaurant and a hotel, so people could come and stay in the hotel, eat at their restaurant, visit the park, do the whole experience there. And theater, where they put on shows. Miniature house, I guess. A penny arcade with all the latest coin-operated machines. It doesn't have a picture of their miniature lighthouse, but apparently they had a miniature lighthouse that was later torn down but then rebuilt. And there's some more of the little miniature race cars. Unfortunately, as with many cults that the leader demands sexual abstinence, he did not practice what he preached. And he was accused of molesting, or whatever you want to call it, several teenage girls. And before he could be brought to trial, he died of tuberculosis. So his wife, when this happened, the cult split. His wife went down the road a couple of miles, and like a bunch of people went with her. And she tried to continue the original group, but all the rest of the people who split from him stayed in the original property and kept it going. So there were these two things next to each other that both had attractions that tourists could come and see, although it wasn't as, neither one were as good as the original one on its own. And there's another newspaper about how they split the assets and everything. And the Great Depression pretty much killed the whole thing, and it all fell apart. People left and so forth. In the modern day, some locals, history fans, and people who live around there got together and put together a group that could somewhat restore the original site. So they don't have an amusement park. They don't have all the stuff that the original thing had. It's more now of a historic attraction rather than an entertainment attraction. The big mansion that Purnell and his wife lived in is still there, and you can see it. And they restored one of the miniature trains, so you can ride around the park on the little train and see everything. And so it's still a place where you can go to and see some interesting historical sites and have a little fun, but it's not like it was 100 years ago. And it's called Eden Springs Park now, and it's in Benton Harbor, Michigan, which is where the line is. That's why they call it the Harbor of Jazz. It was in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Here's another picture. I didn't scroll down far enough. There's another picture of their beer garden / dining area with the theater over here, so you could get your food at the restaurant, come out here to the beer garden and eat, have some beer while you were entertained by the band up on the stage. And here's some beliefs. Members required to remain celibate. It was a commune. They were all enforced vegetarians. The men didn't cut their hair or beards, so they all had long hair, and they looked like they all used some kind of curling iron device because their long hair is all wavy. And no alcohol, no tobacco. Here's another picture of another one of their bands. This one's got some saxes and those are trumpets. So this one's got some saxes. Looks like they switch between alto and, that one guy's got a tenor. Two altos and a tenor, and they all have sopranos sitting in front of them. We got a banjo back there, a guy on the drums, a sousaphone, a trombone, a couple of, and he's got a pocket trumpet right there. That's cool. Yeah, they had more than one band, and there's another page over here that has a picture of a much smaller band. You can see what I mean about their wavy hair. A couple of these guys don't look like they have beards, so I don't know if they were too young to start growing good beards yet, or what. But this is supposed to be another band, and this one looks like all brass except for the fiddle, the banjo, and the tuba right there. Looks like there's at least one trumpet and at least one trombone. And there's a modern picture of the mansion, which is still there, and you can see if you go there, I believe. So I guess that's all I got. Thank you very much.